Supposed to be the land of the free. I don't see how. Count me in. Oh, America. Oh, America. Yeah. America. America. Sweet land of liberty, y'all. I'm doing this for the struggle. And everybody doing brother, sister, daddy, and mother. Who living in the gutter. You want better cars and a better heart. Another star, your home yard. And a place to pause. You want a trusting wife and a better life. A bigger crib and a home cooked meal. Every single night, hell, you feel what you going through. But I could have warned you when it's time to be a man. Do all you can, see other lands, and don't be living for the other man. Take time out, set it in, be the better man. And closely watch your friends, and then you'll understand a little better then. But on the other hand, you so goddamn stubborn, and you be starting shit. And ever since you made president, we ain't even seen you since. You need to rebuild our schools, rebuild our church and home, and stop killing my own kind and leave my earth alone. And stop tapping my phone and searching my brain, and keep your personal feelings home when you bed in my phone. Do it for the weak and strong, and the each his own. Do it for the mangoes when all the heat is on. You wasn't telling me, you was telling me, so you not the free. No, in America. Not America. Not America. Not in America. Our country, liberty, got everything. No way, not in America. Not this America. Not in America. No. You only got 2 bucks to get less than a fuck.
What's going on, man? Salute to everybody, man, in the building, man. Hope y'all having a blessed Monday night, man. I think my mic is a little too loud. It sounded kind of getting some kind of feedback. Hold on, let me check my mic real quick, y'all. You know I gotta check the mic. Microphone check. We good. What's up with y'all tonight, though, man? Happy Monday night, man. Hope all is going well for everybody out there, man. On the late night, man, I was fixing the video up live from last night, so it's uploading as we speak. So I had to kind of go back and redo that video so that we have the clips from that. So y'all be looking for that video, man. These headphones sound crazy. Hold on, y'all. Testing. All right. Yeah, it's something up with these headphones. But anyway, man, welcome to the channel, man. Y'all know what we do over here, man. It's always open panel, man, so anybody can get it, man. It's going to be one of those quick nights, man, in and out. I'm just going to really play some stuff for y'all, man. Can Kanye West be president, man? He's campaigning right now. If y'all didn't know, he's definitely campaigning right now. He's starting off with the grassroots. And the grassroots is none other than Clubhouse, man. So just recently he was on Clubhouse breaking down his strategy on what he's going to do when he becomes president. And one of his first enemies was, if I'm not mistaken, Asia. Yes, he's going after them. Now, before we get into all that, man, you know, we got to cover some other stuff really quick, man. We got to start off with none other than Deion Sanders, man. Still doing a great job up there where he's at. We got to start off with my man. So let me get this video up real quick so y'all can take a look at none other than Deion Sanders. And one of his players that started off with him at first, man, had a choice, a plethora of colleges to go to, and he chose in a utmost extremist way, man. Matter of fact, let's just go to the video, man. Y'all don't have to believe me. We're just gonna go to the video and then we're gonna see exactly what's going on. Hold on real quick. Let me get this take it down. Boom. There we go, man. Let's get straight into it, man.
At this point, man.
Everybody know I'm committed to Florida State, but
At this point, I want my shirt. For you, man.
I don't know. I got 3 hats up here. This one look real good too, but that ain't my choice. This one look real good too, but I'm gonna say that for later. I like this one. It fit me well, but that ain't who I want to go to. Florida State always been on my mind. But check me out, Mom. Throw me that hat.
y'all just that little piece right there before we get into the other video. Matter of fact, let me take that down, man. Oh man, I'm talking about, man, just came out with that, man, in the utmost respectful, disrespectful way, man, and just let them know, you know what I mean, I'm going to a HBCU, man. Salute to that dude, man. I think he's still with them, man. But anyway, let's get into the other video of Dion. You know, we got to do the Dion check-in, man. Because Queen Lakers loves Dion, man. I don't know. She loves that dude. I mean, seriously, man. So we're gonna get back into it, man. This is for Queen Lakers, man. Let's get back into it, man. Some more Dion footage, man. Let's go.
Hey, I need all my followers to follow this page I'm putting up on the screen right now. That would tremendously bless me. See me out here in Colorado filming again. I don't think they understand what both of us are driving out in the half, right? Just to get over there.
That's it.
Kim helping all the cheerleaders out when they definitely ain't have money to afford the trips. And all I don't know how many folks y'all had stayed with y'all in y'all house.
On my couch,
Yeah.
on the floor.
So you seeing the glory. You have no idea of the story of how long we've been doing this stuff with kids and our kids.
We're not even talking about the bus. We had the
Van.
Man, yeah.
We had a van come from that side.
Yep.
Yeah. We had vans. We bought buses
Yep.
to bring kids from every part of the city in Dallas to bring them to one place. And we had hundreds and hundreds of kids in summer camp, but we fed them 3 times a day and just gave the parents jobs.
That's it.
Gave the kids teachers that have a
Tutoring.
curriculum tutoring.
That's one
And it was-
place I
we
just
were
want
there
to
for
pause
what?
at, man. Like, man, regardless of anything else, man, whatever you may think about that guy, man, it takes a certain type of person to even do something like that, man. You understand what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people have mentioned that, man, the stuff that he was doing for the state of Texas in, man, just the city of Dallas, man, all in one, man. And stand up guy, man. Let's just be real. You do know your camera is on. You might want to cut it off, man. None other than salute to Queen Lakers in the building, man. If you want to get her up, you either play this song or you either play some Dion footage, and she's coming through for sure. What's up, Queen Lakers?
Nothing at all.
How you doing? How's your night?
Up washing.
Washing with all that gain that you bought from the store.
I know, right?
100 bottles of gain. It's gonna be gone in 2 months. 100 bottles of gain.
I love game. It was on sale.
I said, Lakers, how long you think it's gonna take you to run through that game? You said, man, probably I'm thinking a year or something. She said, like probably 2 months. I was like, wow. Now that's some hellified washing right there. I don't know how you got clothes left after washing them that much. You know what I'm saying? It might just at this point. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying?
I got kids still.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. Now, what are we watching here with Dion right here? I just want to kind of figure that out.
I think this is the cheerleading coach that he took. He brought into Jackson, and he's taking her from Jackson to Colorado with him. But he worked with her outside of Jackson. Like, he's been working with her for years. Like, you know, from the time he was coaching the kid. You know, he's been working with her for a long time. Like, she followed him everywhere he go.
I think we're gonna like add a segment to the lives. Deion Sanders with Queen Lakers. I mean, because you are a specialist on this Deion Sanders. So you're saying this is the cheerleader of none other? Well, she's the cheerleading coach. So he takes.
Yeah, she's a cheerleader. She's a cheerleading coach. I ain't gonna say who she belongs to, but she's a cheerleading coach. But she isn't supposed to be going to Colorado.
She's something like Debbie Allen or whatever the Paula.
Yeah,
the one Diddy had a girl, some lady he took everywhere that showed him how to dance. For everybody, the new video. Oh, what is going on? Your video's visibility and okay, hold on, review issues. But that new video is about to be dropped on the Mark Curry situation of us calling calling to Colorado Springs and speaking with you. Now you did hear the news, right? He got the public apology.
I don't want no public apology. I want a payday.
No, payday. Give me all that. Give me the public apology, some land, my payday.
No, you know why I don't want the apology? You cannot apologize to me for being you. Like stand on. I don't apologize. Stand on being you. Don't apologize to me. Stand on it. You're racist.
Well,
Stand on it.
they standing on it. I mean, here's the thing.
No, you're apologizing. You're not standing on it.
Well, here's the thing. I guarantee if you ask that guy, if you ask little Huey Dewey, whatever his name is, he's gonna stand on it.
He wasn't
Now,
the only one though. The front desk was like that. The front desk, she asked him the same thing. Come on now, that company has racism in the peer because if they did not have racism inside that corporation, they would not been so firm on how they were standing. Like they done that before 100 times. I guarantee you.
Okay,
And no one ever pressed the issue.
If y'all didn't know, we're talking about none other than the Mark Curry situation. I just dropped a video while we were live, just published the video of last night where we called to the Wyndham there in Colorado Springs. Actually was able to get a representative on the phone, a front desk person, and they actually denounced the fact that they're even have any ties with that particular hotel, which is 10 minutes in walking distance from them, and they're both Wyndham, which was, I didn't understand that point. I mean, I guess they were telling them now, I mean, at that point in time, to not say shit about it other than we are not involved with them. How you not involved with them? And you still did you hear the answer that the person gave over the phone? They said, well, that's just the company that we're with when we give away rewards. Get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here, man. Shouts out to these people in the comments leaving this 69 XXS free girls. Yeah, okay. Somebody get that up out of here. Anyway, but yeah, so let's continue with the Deion video. And you said right now we're watching the cheerleading coach and that he brings everywhere. Let's get back into it. Let's see.
6:30 to 5. Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then you gotta drive another hour and a half through traffic back home.
That's it.
Boy, stop. Boy, stop.
Yes, sir.
Oh, can you explain from the last video? Because we're speaking right now with Queen Lakers, none other than the Deion Sanders specialist. She told me a story about how she met Deion the other day. I'll let her share that with you if she feels the need to. But you've been watching Deion and stuff for a long time, right?
Yeah, since he been out. I'm like 3 years older than Deion.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, we were looking at the last video, and in that last video, I couldn't keep playing it because it was sponsored by Barstools, and they're really particular on who can play their content. But I want to ask you this. So he had his toe cut off, and then the leg, like what all was up with that?
Oh yeah, he almost died. Oh my goodness. He had a blood clot that was keeping his foot was going numb, and he didn't know why. He went to the doctor and they did an X-ray. What they did something stronger than an X-ray, MRI or something. They ran some tests, and he had clots that was in the vein, the muscles, the vein. I think it might have been the muscles even, or whatever. In I think it's his left leg. It is,
Right.
And they thought they went in and cut it out, but it didn't work. So they end up having to amputate I think it was the big toe. Yeah, I think it's the big toe and stuff like that. I was like, it was a toe or two, maybe. I think he only got 8 toes altogether. So I think it was 2 toes.
Yeah, they showed it. He so he went up there and he said, I've made a lot of sacrifices for you sons up here. And he unraveled the blood matted
tissue.
Yeah, like the wrapping around his and I mean it was a moment of it was one of those moments where it's like you don't realize how much your father means to you, you know what I'm saying, until you see something like that. Even getting older, you're just like, man, that is and all fathers do that, right? Like especially the good ones, right? That's just their trademark thing that they do. And then they have this way of showing you how much you mean to them by the sacrifices.
That scared me though, because I take blood thinners every day. I don't had clots maybe like about 10 times. I just been blessed to survive them. You know, I was even had them in my lungs for like 3 years. I had to be in the hospital like real bad in intensive care. Had to give myself shots in the stomach. You know what I'm saying? So,
Wow.
and I have arthritis bad, like horribly, and so I have circulation problems. So when I heard that, I'm like, man, he's 3 years younger than me. Like, you know, I was athletic as a kid, all of that, you know. So I'm like, wow, you know. So when my toes tingle, sometimes I'm like, please, God, don't let it be that, you know.
Because I was
But
wondering, like, I was looking at these newer videos, and he's made a miraculous comeback. Because at this point, right now, he's walking in it, and of course, you can see the limp. And I was trying to remember exactly, like I didn't know exactly what happened. I just know that there was something that happened with his feet. I thought it was maybe something like some shacked turf toe or something like that. But then when I saw that and he had his toes cut off, I was like, wow.
Man, he was saying like, and I understand this. He was saying like, after because I don't had arthroscopic knee surgery before, and I don't been not walking before. I had to learn to walk over again. He went through that same thing, and it's so hard when you're a prideful person and you used to being independent. He was saying how he couldn't even put his underwear on, like he couldn't do nothing for himself anymore, like he was used to doing. And he was talking about how he this great athlete, this person of that did this and did that, and he went through that phase, and he was like he was just determined to walk, and he walked by the time they played a championship or something, but he did it fast. Even though that's why he was riding around that motorcycle thing he had because
Yeah.
yeah.
Salute to Deion Sanders, man. Also, man, salute to none other than JoJo Ryan. What's going on, my dog, man? When you get a chance, brother, man, come up, man, and share what's going on. I think the last time you were over here, we had spoke on the panel, man. You were saying you were gonna start your page, and man, I've seen a couple of the lives, man. I see you going in doing your thing, man. So I want to salute you, man, for sure. Man. Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna continue with this video, y'all. Let's go. Now, who is that guy? Once again, y'all, we got none other than Queen Lakers on the panel as usual, per usual, and she is the Deion Sanders specialist, right? Like she.
No, I'm not. I'm just interested for his period. Don't try to act like all I care about is Deion.
She's the Deion specialist. If it's Kobe or Deion, more so in particular, she knows the ins and outs of Deion Sanders. Kobe, she just knows he was a good guy, but Deion, she has a special enthusiasm for Deion Sanders. Now, so who is this guy we're looking at on the screen here? Is he a part of the family?
Yeah, he's a Sanders. That's like, I think that's either his nephew, but I know that's the kid's cousin.
Okay. So we're just gonna call him Colonel Sanders till we figure out what his name is. Salute to this guy. Let's go.
That's the one that got the other channel.
Okay. What's the name of these channels, man? So I can give them a shout out.
Okay, one that Deion Jr. got is Well Off Media. And the cousins is the People Media. And then the other person that got the other one is the pregame show.
All right, so we got 3 channels. Well Off Media, we got the pregame show, and then what's the other one?
The People Media TV.
People Media TV. Y'all make sure y'all go follow that if you are interested in knowing the story behind the story of Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State and going to Colorado. Let's go.
Looks amazing, man. I'll tell y'all this. Listen, everything you see on Travis's YouTube. A lot of stuff on this YouTube. This guy should.
Reach the People Media. Okay, I knew it something.
Darius Sanders. What the hell?
Well Off Media Associate, just Media General Help.
I said Sanders. I ain't know his first name.
Now I look at him. He look a little bit like Deion there, man.
The pregame show. Hey, we found him, man.
Now this is some black excellence, if I might say so, man. I'm not
even. Come on now.
It's not. It's not often that you are able to have a family where all of them can put in on the pot of gold, right?
That's my family. I do the same thing. Like we all together.
I have to send shots out to that. Let's go.
I forgot. to mention in the last video. I'm sorry. This is official source also. And if y'all say, oh, he's posted, I know. He helped me film these videos, so he's allowed to repost or post.
Shoot.
He helped me film half of them.
Hopefully they ain't.
So just let y'all know that.
Yeah, he's allowed. I hope I'm allowed too, man.
In the comments, I'm gonna keep it always positive.
Don't strike me, brother.
What's going on between other people? I ain't gonna really talk about it, but now it's being brought to light. So
most definitely. Yeah. So everything you see.
Thank you for the support, though. Anyways,
100%.
I appreciate it.
So if you like Travis's vlog, this guy does 100% of Travis's vlog also. So you know what I'm saying? He's a big dog too in this lane. Along with me, along with Neely.
You said in this lane.
Out here, man.
But I saw it. So really, he blessed me. He blessed me. Because if he had allowed me to soar, I probably would.
Hey, I ain't even gonna lie. Like when your dad is always speaking these metaphoric, long speeches. I mean, like you love them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you've been around them all your life, so it's kind of like, yeah. But then you hear other people and the way it motivates other people by hearing.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know what? I hear that every day. Maybe I need to listen a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because of the movement of the words, right? Because I'm pretty sure they've heard this stuff, since they've been born.
You should see their faces when he be doing it. Especially Shiloh. That's the second oldest boy, the rebel, I call him. He always mocking his dad. Like he talk like him. He be like this one time he come in there and he working out, and Dion says to him, he's like, "Hey, my favorite son." He was like, the primetime son. He was like 21 something, the prime son, but he was saying it like his dad. You know what I'm saying? Dion was like, "Don't laugh at him, y'all," because he was like, "Do I sound like that?" He was like, "And God sent me to you." He started talking, just doing the God thing and all that stuff, just like his dad. Shiloh mocks his dad all the time. It'd be hilarious.
And let me tell you about mocking somebody. You end up, especially your father, you end up talking just like because you don't mock them so much. You got it down to a T, and it was already in you to be able to do that anyway. So you have
yes, and he got it too. He got it, bro.
All right, let's get back into the video, man. I'm gonna stop it a couple more times. Let's go.
Standing in front of you today in the capacity that I'm in. But I didn't understand at the time that change is inevitable. And change is good. Although it hurts, although it's painful, although it's hard to understand or hard to deal with, change is inevitable. Change is good. So whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're going through, whatever you contemplate, always understand. Change is inevitable.
Dion like a philosopher or something, man.
Get you to your destiny.
Man, he seemed like it.
Then allow you to stay there and go.
And I think this becomes
That's being spiritual grounded. He's spiritually grounded.
So y'all
know who else a good speaker like that? Ray Lewis.
What you doing?
Who?
Well, thank you.
Oh yeah, Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love Ray Lewis.
I try to.
Let's go again. Look, coming
favorite-
soon, the Ray Lewis documentary. Like, we'll know everything about that. But shouts out to knowing that stuff though. So y'all gotta check this out, man. Dion gets this bronze statue from a booster. I think he's like a booster. I guess you got to call him a booster. Yeah, he is a booster. He's definitely a booster, right? You know what I mean? I always take I hear other stuff and stuff too. You know what I mean? Definitely, man, salute to this guy giving him the bronze statue, I do look at stuff a little bit different under a different magnifying lens. Would any of these people, or say this guy, have given this guy this, right? If of course he wouldn't, because once you see what it is, you'll understand. But would they have given them any of this or any type of accolades if you went up to Colorado? Like, would they have gave it to him or said you did a good job at JSU or you doing good or you doing good? I mean, I'm just saying, we just look at, I look at things like that too. Like, let's go.
My job is to take care of you guys. Make your coaches feel like they're at home.
Yeah.
And Pastor J's is their home right now.
Still got to be on defense with these. They still, you know who they are. Still,
Very,
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Ben
very
Franklin.
exclusive,
Man,
very.
appreciate it, man. That is beautiful.
My pleasure.
That is beautiful.
That
My
is
pleasure,
beautiful.
Coach.
Beautiful.
See,
Y'all ain't even get to see it, man. Ben Franklin gave him a Buffalo bronze statue by, I forgot what the name of the person that makes it. It begins with an H, I believe, but they're well known for making these sculptures and statues made out of bronze. Probably hit for about, he had an exclusive one, probably like a $6,000, $2,000. You can't give them too much, man. You know what I'm saying? If you give them too much, then it's gonna look like they paying them off for certain favors and all that. Hold on, man. Who girl is that? Hold on. She try to act like she don't want to be seen. We see you. Oh yeah. Okay.
Probably better out here.
She got the baby hers. She got the baby hers.
I had to come to Colorado real quick. The quickest way I know to get there is you know what I'm saying? So that's how we travel today.
This stunt on out, buddy. This stunt on out. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That is the quickest way, unless you could teleport. I'm just saying.
Love, my brother, love. Yes, sir.
Nah, just a video.
Oh, hold up now, man. They just super stunting now, ain't they? Hold on, man. What is that, man? Somebody made that. They made that. That ain't nothing but a tortilla. Okay, they got the little junk there. Little junk. Okay, I thought that was a real hair. That's okay.
Here you go, brother. I got this for you. Oh,
Now they in their big stunt, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that,
So who
man.
you here with?
Enjoy the fruits of the labor for sure.
Man, they doing it up big on the private jet.
They doing what now?
I said they doing it up big. Private jet every other day they own it.
Hey, man. Hey.
They don't even take regular flights. They take a private jet.
You know it's all good when the pilot can hand you something. Got to have a good relationship with the pilot. You want to make it there. Got some bullshit lotion on there, though. Y'all know what it is. Make sure y'all follow that channel for sure, man. Deion Sanders looks like he's living lavish up there, man. Looks like, I'm gonna tell you this is what it looks like. It looks like the fruits of his labor after the NFL. He got the first fruits of the labor. That was the first harvest, right? That was the first harvest that he had by creating his own, by actually being an athletic person and making the best out of that opportunity, right? That was the first fruits of his first harvest, right? In life, you don't get that many harvests, right? You know what I mean? They come and they go. Boom. This is his second harvest time. Right? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Do understand, and I want everybody to understand because I got a different type of magnified lens. I'm still got to still keep my eye on them folks. Like, now hold on now. You know what I'm saying? But enjoy yourself. Matter of fact, if you ever notice, Queen Lakers brought this up the other day. The way Deion deals with these people, it's almost as if he is letting them know, look, this is my show. This ain't your show. You understand? In a subtle type way. You know what I mean? This ain't nothing new to me. I got the ball in my hands. I know what I'm doing. And see, that's the type of the way, the stance that you have to have You know what I mean? Because if you get in at all with these folks offer you, oh, then they got you in a trick bag. So you have to have a certain disposition with them, to the point where they know that you are more valuable than they are in your own eyes. Not in any disrespectful way, but I am just as valuable or more valuable than any of these materialistic things that you show me. You understand what I'm saying, Queen?
Exactly. I was just gonna say that. That's well said. I love how he do that. He don't let nobody dim his light. I love that. And he stand on it. He don't give a heck. You take it or leave it.
Absolutely. Jojo, come up to the panel real quick. Just click the link, man, and I'll drop you my number, man, in the back, bro. I'll drop you my number on the private joint. But yeah, man, Dion has a disposition into which, man, he lets them know, you know, this ain't you ain't buying me out. You know what I'm saying? You're not buying me out. And I enjoy all these, you know what I mean? I see what you have to offer, but you know, I'ma still make it go down. You know what I'm saying? I'ma still make it go down. I can't even remember. I did make up an email. I made an email because what's the name made the email account for me, and I think it's like truth be told allegedly at Yahoo, but I can't remember because she had made that email for me, and I haven't spoke to her in a long time. I had to go through my Instagram messages and see what it is because she used to come on the show. I forgot what that email doggone was, man, or else I'd put it up there. It has to be back in one of my old videos, but I never checked that email because somebody sent me an email in that jump, man, and I was like, what? Like, it was like almost some, I was like, who is this? You know what I'm saying? Because they was saying some certain things, and I was just like, hold on, man. Who is this person that is saying these things? You know what I mean? But to each his own with everything, man. Tonight we're here to talk about none other than Kanye West. We did talk about some things before that. Let's get into the Kanye West. Let's get into the Kanye West situation. Let's see what's going on with Kanye West. And then I'm just going to let this video just play. And you know what I mean? Because I know for sure he's campaigning right now. He's campaigning. And we have seen, matter of fact, let's go into the next segment, Kanye West.
Outside is fat, macho man, bank call me Rand. Palm trees in my living room, my couch is getting sand. Palm trees in my living room, time outstanding. My house in Dallas, Texas, living room look like Miami.
Man, none other than Kanye West, man. I mean, he's even put it in his clothing, as you can see. He's even said it. And we're just gonna get into what he's been saying, man. And we've seen stranger things in America where people are able to become head of state that you never thought, which makes you almost go into a mind state to understand that maybe the people, and I said mind state, maybe the people that were head of state were already in that state of mind anyway. You know what I mean? You've always seen this traditional person as head of state, you know, but then if you look up at some of the stuff that they do, you're like, man, this is some niggas from around the block. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of that movie that Chris Rock had. You remember the movie Chris Rock had, Lakers? I think it was called Head of the State, or it was called something, where he became president. You remember that?
Yeah, that's what it was, head of the state.
Yeah. And it's just like, you know, at this point, it is possible for anybody to become president. And it was always possible. It was always possible because if you look back at some of these folks' resume, honestly, I mean, it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's pretty much nothing. And which lets you know they appoint certain people to these positions. I mean, you know, a lot of people are, they have certain ways they feel about, you know, voting and different issues of that, man, and different tactics that they use to getting certain people into office and on local levels. And then you got the intermediate levels. Then you got the head of state that is ran by all of them at the same time. So, this is very interesting, man. Right now we have a head of state, right? None other than Joe Biden. And it's just kind of like, what is that? It's kind of like, like, like if in presidential history, right? That would just be like a blur. I think that's just me. That's just my opinion. It's just gonna be like a blur. Like what it was even going on during that time. You know what I mean? And he's trying to build some type of legacy about himself. He can always go back and say he freed none other than Brittany Griner, right? Or brought her back home, right? Or brought her back to the plantation. You know what I'm saying? Brought her back to the plantation. But I mean, what do you think, Queen Lakers? I mean, you think Kanye's got a chance here?
Really, I don't care. For real. Like,
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being honest. Gotta
sorry,
be honest. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with being honest, man. There's nothing definitely wrong with being honest. I don't blame you for that. Look,
I never even thought about it. Like, I don't even pay no attention. Like, honestly, like, so I wouldn't even have an answer for it. Cause like,
well,
certain things just don't give me no attention. I don't give it no attention.
You gave it the answer. All right, man. Let's get into this Kanye West campaigning video. I know Lakers came here, man. She came here for Dion. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to let this just kind of play. I might tap in and say something every now and then. Salute to D Ferris, aka I forgot what D Ferris' name was before that. I forgot what was D Ferris' name before that. D Ferris, tell me what your name was again. She said, "Hey, Truth, I finally caught your live. Just wanted to say thanks. That's one of my favorite episodes of the Cosby Show." Oh, no problem, D Ferris. No problem. Yeah, that Gordon Cottrell. I think it was Gordon Cottrell or Gordon Cottrell, whatever it was, man. And I remember his sister tried to make that shirt the same way. Say, you can save some money, because he was trying to get his money together. He asked his daddy for that money to get that silk shirt. I think it was purple and blue or purple and gold almost. And
it has to go. That was one of my favorite episodes. The shirt was lopsided and stuff.
D Ferris, no, it wasn't that first. I thought your name was something else at first. I could have swore it was. Anyway, I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I am wrong. If you said it was always like that. Yeah, man. She came downstairs with that shirt, man. I'm talking about the buttons was all the way to the back of that junk. I'm talking about it was hanging one side, hanging one other side, man. I wish I had the picture of it up here right now. I put it up here, man. That doggone shirt was fed up. It had enough, man. And he was pissed off, man. He was pissed off, and it was very believable, man. And that sounds about correct, man. That something like that would happen, man. Because Denise was always, she was always effing up, though. I ain't even gonna lie. She would mess up a wet dream, like straight up. Denise, was that Denise? That's Denise. Denise. No, hold on. Let me get my Cosby Show knowledge back together. That's Denise. Yeah, that's Denise. Denise, Theo. You got Denise, Theo, Rudy, and Sandra. Denise, Theo, Rudy, Sandra. And then you had the cousin, which is Max from Living Single. Then you had the two twins. Then you had Olivia. Then, of course, you had Bill, and you had Felicia. And you had Peter. Now Peter would come over and he'd mess something up, and he'd get to running out in that little weak sweatsuit he had on. Every time some trouble came around, he'd get to running up out of there. Yep, that was old Peter. Old Peter would come and rob Paul and get the hell on. Once the heat started hitting, boy, he'd run out that damn door, and his bald head daddy would come over there. But they was all doctors and lawyers and all different type of things like that. In the Brownstone, I think in New York. I think I got it. Yeah. That's the Cosby Show, man. That's definitely the Cosby Show. One of the greatest shows to ever do it besides Martin. I kind of put Martin a little bit. Yeah, Martin a little bit before it, because Cosby Show sometimes would just get too political a little bit. It was just like, yeah. And Vanessa, how did we forget Vanessa? Tempest Bledsoe, man, or whatever her name is. Yeah, man, I didn't like her that much. So I really didn't care for her. The show would have been the same without her. I hate to say it. And her show sucked though. Like her show actually sucked on TV. Lakers, did you ever watch that show? The Tempest Bledsoe show? Did you ever watch it?
Not really.
She was like, I don't care.
No, I mean, like, no, not really. I didn't care too much for her either. You should ask about me.
And I think she was like coming on around the same time Ricky Lake was on, which was like,
yeah, I watched the Ricky Lake though. I like the Ricky Lake.
And it was a little bit more drama-fied, and Ricky Lake used to get on my damn nerves because she always used to, let me give you the facts about, like, she tried to give you the facts about the stuff at the end and all this. You let these folks just run and act all crazy. You didn't tell them before the end of the show. Then at the end of the show, you try to act like everything they was doing was wrong. So whatever. Yeah, that show was definitely a bust. It was just terrible. Bill Cosby couldn't save that show, and I don't think he ever went on it. Because, you know, Bill Cosby was very particular about the stuff he did. But anyway, man, let's get into none other than Kanye West, man. He is at this point, man. He's doing this grassrooting right now, man. And let's listen to him.
Yay, 24, the Clubhouse, my brother. Motivator.
And this is on the Clubhouse. If y'all don't know what Clubhouse is, it's some other app that people go on and they're all in a room and they talk. And Whack 100, which is I think like CEO or whatever it is of Cash Money West. So he gets different people up there. They discuss things. He was just recently in the battle with none other than Charleston White. Charleston White smoked him out real quick. You know what I mean? Like Charleston White does. I don't know how he's able to get away with these things, man, but he be smoking these folks out like real quick. I think the closest person that was ever able to you know what I mean, defend themselves just a little bit and it was still kind of weak was like Tasha K. You know what I'm saying? Because she brought up, you know what I mean, just other stuff. You know, she's the research fact queen, man. She got people in strange places, man. I think they're like in Nigeria or somewhere, man, and they know everything about everybody, man. So if Tasha K ever asks you to come up to her show, you better make sure your ducks is in a row. If Tasha K asks you on her show, make sure your ducks is in a row. And make sure y'all go watch that last video that I posted from last night's live where we actually called in to none other than the hotel there in Colorado Springs. And it was a good time, yeah. But let's go, man. Kanye West. Queen Lakers, thank you for coming up because I know you ain't finna sit here for all this because I ain't finna sit here. I'm finna play this joint. Let's go.
To me, a teacher, a whole lot to me. He did open my eyes and always made himself available and always told me like it was, whether I wanted to hear it or not. I got a lot of respect for this brother. He got the heart of a lion, and right now he's our people's champ. We got Ye on the floor. We got Ion gonna be administering some of the questions, as well as myself, Captain Tazariot. We got the trenches, Heem, Chinky, Levels, Wolf, and of course the queen of the 100 side R&B. Yeah, you there?
Yes, sir. It was good.
What's up, my brother, man? I appreciate it. You know I love you to death, man. And like I said, you always you never forget about us. You know what I mean? So you're larger than life, but you always come down that hill. And that's one thing I learned from you, right, is to stay in touch and in tune with your people, and you always put yourself last. Always. And I appreciate that. Appreciate you for showing up, and appreciate you for taking the time out your day to come over here and have a few words with us.
Absolutely. Praise God.
Ion?
Yeah, I'm here.
Want to introduce yourself? This is one of the guys who keeps your name in the title the most. He reports on everything you do, good or bad or indifferent. This is my partner, man. Ion, man. He a great dude. Ion, go ahead. That's Ye. let's get started on a few of these questions, my brother.
Hey, yeah, I want to thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I'm definitely one of the biggest reporters on this app. Everything that you do, I'm definitely making sure that I'm reporting it, and I really appreciate that you being here right now today. I'm super excited. So, I got a questions for you, Ye. So the first question I definitely want to ask is, I see that you're running.
Where you,
What's happening?
I don't know where you go.
Okay, you heard it go out then. Okay.
Yeah. Where I go. All right. Well, hold on. Let me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Where'd you go?
Yeah, I didn't go anywhere. I'm still here. I don't know why that was weird. But when you become president, what would be some of the executive orders that you'll implement effective immediately?
Salute to Sweet Bay in the building, man. As y'all can see, man, the first question that this guy that is infatuated with Kanye West a little bit, he asked, what is the first thing you're going to do when you become president? You do know that before these people get on the shows, they've already talked about the questions that are going to be asked. So you know what Kanye West is doing here. He's touching the grassroots, which is basically a clubhouse that you hear right there. Clubhouse. So he gets in contact with WAC 100. Of course, nobody's not going to turn down an interview from Kanye West right now at this point in time. So this is a perfect opportunity than none other than Kanye West to propose what his idealism is for what the head of state position will look like for him. Now, like I said again, I ask y'all this again, we've seen stranger things happen in America where people come into positions like that. He's damn near at a position like that with the influence of the stuff that he says. Well, whether the influence is positive or negative, it might influence some people to say, man, let me stop listening to his music. It might be influence some people to say, let me wear his shoes. It might influence this person to say, let me listen and watch the Jews. You know what I'm saying? Since this particular interview, he has been banned from none other than Clubhouse platform. But we caught this one, and let's go, man. Can Kanye West be the president, man? Let's go.
I think we start by ending the most favored nation with China because of the coronavirus and fentanyl. China is shipping fentanyl into the U.S. That's one of our biggest crises, and that's a part of China's takeover of the U.S., hitting us every way possible. See, I know people point towards China all the time. They lost the Industrial Revolution, and they actually have books about how they have 100-year plan to become the new world order, and that's the ability to print the money. That means that we will follow China, that they will be the most influential nation. Right now, America is the most influential nation, but you have companies like Comcast that run everything, and they use the Jews, they use celebrities, they use Disney, Hulu, they use magazines, they use all of that to control a lot of the messaging, to push us, to excite us, to get us just talking back and forth. Meanwhile, all of our industries have been completely shattered, and the places where we used to have steel factories throughout middle America have now gone away, and we have opioid crises instead. So we're going to start right there. Defund all federally funded abortions. More Black people are aborted than born at this point in New York City. That's 2022.
Let's hit the pause button right there, man. Kanye West said a mouthful right there. Let's just be real. He said a mouthful of factual information or information worth finding out if it is factual. Man. Right. We just gonna continue on, man. Let's just keep in mind. Usually it's a high percentage of politicians, man, and people that are running for office, they never keep the promises that they say they are going to keep. Either if it could be because maybe when they get into office, they find out that it's not that easy to, move your weight around in there as well as it is when you're not head of the state. But let's go.
Also, the number one cause of death for Black people is abortion by far. over anything you could think of, over any type of crime, heart disease, drugs, police, all of these things. Suspend all foreign aid. We have to focus on our country. You know, we are the inventors. We invented, you know, Ford, Apple, Disney, McDonald's, you know, just America. America is the youngest startup in history. So, you know, when I hear the inventors, the amazing minds coming out of these colleges, the people who know how to create energy from tires, alternative energy sources, like Tesla said, the earth is a giant generator. And then Commonwealth Edison basically started electrocuting animals in the
So right now he's talking real good, right? Because he's talking to the young inventors, the young innovators, if that's even a word. I think I just made that up. But the innovators, the young innovators, to let you know that we value you here in America and we are leading. And that's one thing that is important to let the people know. If you're a politic type minded person, let the people know that we are the ones that are advancing the world. So first of all, when you put that into perspective, people are going to start messing with you, right? So let's listen to his message, not his antics. Let's go.
Street, and then Tesla died without a penny trying to sell a nuclear bomb. But the information that he had would have freed us all. So I always say, like, what if Tesla, you know, had an Instagram? How much more free would our people be right now? Then you got the original BLM, Snap Black Lives Matters, Bureau of Land Development.
And also know, if you are a rapper, if you're able to drop quotes from your raps, you're going to get a large community behind you because you're able to show that you put these quotes in your lyrics and they've already memorized them and they like, yeah, that is right. You know what I'm saying? So understand the tactics that Kanye is using. Let's go.
I know about that because I got over 13,000 acres in America. I got 300 acres in Calabasas. I got property in Malibu. I've got over 12,000 acres in Wyoming, multiple properties. And it is very difficult to build. So that forces us into TikTok, into Second Life, into an alternative version of the real world. And the real world is the real video game. That's on earth. It shall be on earth as it is in heaven, like we pray. But if we get if we've got the Bureau of Land Development blocking the developers, and that's not even me, it's like a celebrity, you know, coming from music, attempting to build homeless shelters and cities of the future. I'm talking about straight up good old boys like Catholics, you know, that can't even build in America right now. So those are some of the main ones.
Thank you. Definitely.
So you see how he touched to even the people that possibly could be following, you know, behind Donald Trump at this point, wanting him into office. And one thing Kanye West did that was smart, he attached himself to Donald Trump, which is the Republican Party. So here's the thing. By him doing that, he's opening up the eyes of the other voters, where they're not just seeing him as a black rapper, they're seeing him as somebody that is believing in what they want to have done, right? If you understand the Asian community here in America, what they do is they don't vote for the way the person looks. They vote for what the person says and promises what they're going to do as far as what their agenda is in the future for what they want in their own neighborhoods, as should everybody. A lot of times us as black people, we fall into the, oh, he's black, let's vote for him. And you see where that gets you most of the time. Oh, this party is more black and has more black. But instead of doing that, look into what they can do for you. Let's go.
America first. I really appreciate that. Now, this is definitely going to be a really spicy question. You know, I want to know, what was your intention
Did he say
when you
spicy?
signed the document to meet with Putin to free Brittany Griner?
My intention once again. Yeah.
Kanye
You know,
got
my
his notes
position
this
is that
time.
America should seek peace with all of our adversaries and free all American prisoners held abroad. I had no interaction with the Russian government. I didn't accept any favors, no money, or any compensation. I signed the document for public distribution and plan to consult the State Department before the meeting.
And for the record, Ion, I was the one that walked that to Ye. There was never a direct to Ye. I was the one contacted, had the conversation with him, and then forwarded the conversation to the people that was representing him on his side. So everything, even the logistics and the wording of the contract, was done by me, and I forwarded over to him. So there was never any direct, even to date, right? It was Russia to Whack to Ye back to me, and me back to them. So that's the pecking order, and all that's documented for the record.
Wow, that's super dope. Thank you so much. So Brittany Griner was sentenced to 8 years in Russia, you know, per penal colony. What was your position on America's prison?
Now I'm just gonna be real with y'all, man, because I and I'm not against anybody that does any certain type of thing, but you have to understand what you hear and what you see. Right now, I hear something. I hear that this guy is a sweet potato. You know what I mean? I definitely hear that he's a sweet potato. So some of the questions that he is asking, he's asking them for his community, and right, and that's what I try to get y'all to understand. You know what I mean? You have to vote for somebody that is for things that you are trying to do. You try to find the more in them that they have that's for the more in you. So he sounds like a sweet potato. So you see the first two questions he asked. He said, what is going to be your political stance if you are able to gain your interest into office? And you notice right after that, he asks about basically kind of like the gay community. He wants to see what his view is going to be. And then he asks a question about Brittany Griner, and we know what her stance is on things. I mean, you can always just say, hey, she was a basketball player, but at the same time, she is looked at to be an activist for the lesbian community. Let's just be real. So these two questions, pay attention to that and what this guy's coming from, because he has an angle. Everybody has an angle in certain situations, man, especially when it comes to decision making. You have to find out if you're not able to make the decisions yourself. You can only make one decision, and this person can make 20 decisions. You're going to either try to ask them questions about what's going to affect you. But let's go.
And how can they improve?
Well, they start building prisons off of third grade reading scores. Like, let's soak that in for a moment, meaning that everything is designed around our education system. And when someone has a low reading score, they automatically say in third grade, this person is going to prison. Imagine that teacher-parent meeting right there. People were just that literal. You know, you go in and your son or daughter got a low score, and they said, well, Miss Jackson, your daughter's going to prison. You're like, she in third grade. But that's the reality of the development of that, let's say, Kyrie documentary Slave Boat. You know, let's use different kind of words, right? So, we don't get deplatformed, right? Of how that slave boat is never ended, and the prison system is another version of that. And then we talk about rehabilitation, but how is it rehabilitation if we weren't provided the abilities in the first place? So let's say habilitation through information. The information is purposely held from us. The literacy, they'll have you reading Moby Dick, but won't teach you how to read and understand a contract, knowing damn well you headed to the NBA. or that you're going to be in entertainment in some way. So that makes it where you never have, if you can't have a grasp of actually what you're signing, you won't be in control of your life. So these become other versions of prisons. So the prison system isn't just actually where Larry Hoover is placed. It's also the bank is a prison system because they got my money locked up as we speak. They literally put a freeze on my account. They put a $75 million hold on 4 different accounts. And it was, the funny thing was, I was complaining about my service. I was like, I put 140 million into Chase. Let me go to Chase. This is, one of the 2 biggest banks in America. And I had met with Jamie Dimon before when I was a good little celebrity, early on into my Adidas deal. But second, I start banging on the desk, like, I want to see some deal flow. I don't want my money just to sit here. I want my money to make money. This is enough money for me and my family to never have to work again. And I have enough to work on homeless shelters and regenerative alternative energy and education and all the other things, and water purification, all other things I want to work on. And they had people on the phone that were so rude, that were talking to me so crazy. They was talking to me like I'm sitting in, like I'm waiting on my driver's license. And I got $140 million in the bank. So it makes me think, what about all the people that got debanked for their political opinion? And that's what was happening. They were dealing with, people like, there's a time when you would have thought that I said the H word based off of me just wearing a red hat. Now you looking up and people are like, wow, we really were making more money at that time. Wow, it's like the economy is messed up again. So people can see things clear as day. Like liberals, the Democrats don't even like Biden at this point. They're like, what are we gonna do? I know, because I used to be married to a Democrat, so that's claims she bipartisan, but 100% be doing dinners with Hillary. So it's all forms of these prisons. All these contracts are forms of prison. But let's get directly to these prison systems. And me and people are working on our potential. I don't say run, I say walk to the office in 24. My perspective is the Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill." In earlier times, there were Catholics who were into the death penalty, latter less into it. I'm learning more about Catholic. I'm just straight up Christian. I believe that Jesus did enough by dying for us. Catholics feel, we could add something to the table. It's how I think Chris Rock had a joke about that. That was like, okay, you made all the millions, and your girlfriend's like, man, but I brought this steak to this place. That's something I go back and forth. Our Christian humor, we'd be going back and forth on whether you need acts or if him sending his only begotten son was enough for us to get to heaven. But that's just all like Christian humor. I'm a new Christian anyway. Apparently I don't know enough about God yet. I'm told this all the time. But back to what we're saying on the death penalty. There's so many. I got a letter yesterday from a white gentleman, because apparently white lives, I guess, don't matter. But this is a white gentleman, because I said white lives matter, and all of a sudden I got 4 stadium shows canceled. I had what's the place?
Ye about to go in. It sounds like you about to go into a rant. See, this is the only thing about Ye that, you know what I mean, that I think scares a lot of people away from his idealism. I mean, he literally can start off one way, and then he starts thinking about some dark moments, and he just kind of jumps in a speedboat on ground. You know what I mean? It's just like, what, brother? There's no water there. Like, you're in the sand. You can't get in a speedboat on sand and expect to, yeah. That's kind of how Kanye West does, right? And I think that throws a lot of people off. But we'll keep listening to a little bit of it. And then y'all know I'm about to get up out of here. And I really want y'all to do your own research, which, as you should, Go back and listen to some of this stuff as much as you can, and you can kind of understand where the shift is getting ready to head or go here in the future for America, if you care, if you care, because a lot of people just don't even care, you know what I'm saying? And I don't blame them, you know what I mean? Because you try to wrap your mind around these way that these people are wrapping their mind, you're gonna damn near go insane. But let's go.
With a Rams play, I was gonna make that my living room for like a couple nights, and they, they, how I do, because I put a bed in the middle, go to sleep, and people watch it, So, so I was gonna make the stadium my living room for a little bit, and then I wore the White Lives Matter T-shirt, and apparently I didn't know White Lives didn't matter, so I wore the T-shirt, and it's interesting because a white gentleman wrote a letter to me from prison, and just talking about how he was wrongfully accused, how he was living a normal life in college, and they got all of this evidence, and he's still locked up. So let's get to death penalty. Not only can people be wrongfully accused, with our judicial system, people could be wrongfully executed. So until we take the time to really, really check the DNA and put people with Christian values. Now, I'm tired of this moral compass conversation, because it'd be people that's like, hey, I'm a good person, and I'm in a different place. I'm in a different place. Me and God, we got a good relationship. That ain't no good relationship. You just don't want to listen to him. That's not a good relationship. Oh, I got a good relationship with God. No, you don't. You up here not trying to listen to God, right? And these are the kind of people that are setting our laws with the corrupt system, right? So then we're going to have a death penalty. We got to remove certain things. Like, people will ask me, like, obviously, I'm pro-life, life period, life from pro-life on babies being born to no death penalty, but also, we can't immediately apply any kind of laws to abortion. And I know all my writers are going to be like, wait, what are you talking about? Until we present an alternative. Because people who go to get these abortions feel that there's no alternative. Ain't like, people don't just naturally not want to have their children. We are put into places where we never got our reparations. We're put in boxes, we're gerrymandered, and we don't feel like we have no other opportunities. So before I step into the monasteries and this thing that God has set on my heart, like it's Noah's Ark right here, we got to say, in the judicial system, I got to learn a bit about the judicial system when I was getting debanked and sued and attempted to be bankrupt. Ari Emanuel, he thought he had me, bro. God must love me. And who could like lose $2 billion and still be worth 400 million? I looked up. I was like, I know Forbes didn't want to have to write that. I know they wanted to write like a negative, and I was like, man. And I told y'all probably heard me say in other interviews. And I've given you bits and pieces about my perspective on prison, how everything is a scope. I started at the third grade. Then I went to wrongfully incarcerated people. Then I went to how you could be wrongfully executed. So clear, we have a scope where we're going, because you're probably like, yeah, how you going? The thing is, this is not a two-dimensional black and white existence that we're in. So to have to deliver messaging about full creations inside of sound bites is not fair to who we are as human beings. Only 30% of our language is verbal, and there's nothing whiter than English itself. It's literally English, right? So we're not even speaking in our native tongues on a platform that's not our native platform. So we're already still inside of some boxing rink, inside of some, and when we're in combat with each other, we're in some type of Mandingo competition, beating each other down, not even on our platform. And when it's all said and done, we still don't own the block, or own the platform, or own the bank, or own the distribution center, or own the manufacturing. Like, I built the first sportswear manufacturing company since World War II in Cody to bring jobs back. And meanwhile, people are just going in, moving my equipment. They move the equipment to LA.
All right, man. Y'all know
they
what
take
it is, man. Truth be told, allegedly, man. Like, man, Kanye is Kanye, man. Make sure y'all look him up, man. At some point in time, Kanye is just gonna get to talking about himself, and it's gonna be all about him and all that. I mean, you know, you building the first this, the first that, man, and then it's like, why are you mad? Because these people don't want you in their company anymore, or like, just like, why even go join these other companies? You know what I mean? I get it. You start off doing it. Well, you know what I mean? At this point, you built your brand up enough to where I think, honestly, you could probably sell a whole lot more. You probably can't get it out as quick. You probably won't have what I would say, like somebody to manufacture it and get it out and all of that. But that's what he probably needs to work on. Seriously, man, because he is enthused about money and being important. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? But can he make it as president? Hell, Donald Trump was the same damn way. Donald Trump was the same damn way, and it happened. And you're watching it unfold right now. Kanye West is putting down the groundwork to possibly be a candidate and possibly be a actual head of the state. Let's just be real. We've seen this type of stuff happening. Y'all know what it is, man. Truth be told, allegedly, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Salute to none other than Queen Lakers for coming through and sharing with us the Deion Sanders, the inside on the Deion Sanders, man. Salute everybody for coming through. Make sure y'all go check out the video I just dropped of calling the hotel there in Colorado Springs, man. I appreciate all y'all, man. Miss D, you have a good night. And y'all stay tuned to new videos coming out, man, that I drop on the channel, man. You might get a chance to win a little pocket change, man. Might be able to get you a little lunch or something like that, man. Yeah, for sure, man, because I appreciate y'all for just showing love. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm trying to reward y'all for showing love, but I'm just trying to show y'all that I'm interested in you just like you're interested in me. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to get on up out of here. Y'all know what it is, man. Truth be told, allegedly, man. Let's go, man.
Outside is fat, macho man, bank call me rent. Palm trees in my living room, my couch is getting sand. Palm trees in my living room, time outstanding. My house in Dallas, Texas, living room look like Miami.